Alright boys, we're back for another video, and if I look dressed like a jerk, number one, I have a formal event to go to after this, so I'm dressing the part. But number two, I've been filming some private content for some of my viewers. Pause, not OnlyFans, bro. Get that sick, twisted mind out of here, bro. But why I'm making this video is because I've actually been very busy. You know, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Chris. Hi, nice to meet you. But I work a 9 to 5. I run a business. I do YouTube videos. I help my subscribers with coaching, and I go to school. And I like to weightlift, and I like to hang out with my friends. What else do I like to do? That's pretty much it. I like to read and journal too. And obviously go to church, pray, meditate, all that crap. But those are 9 things I like to do in a 7-day week. You know, I'm a very busy guy. And I'm not here to sit here or brag or anything like that. I'm not one of those guys. But why I'm making this video is because with those things I like to do, I still cancel out church and prayer for a second. But those things, those hobbies I like to do, hanging out with friends, building my business, recording these videos, going to school, going to work, all that crap, weightlifting, you know, I'm able to do that, but I also have time for Jesus. And one of the biggest traps the devil does is making you busy. Because if he can't get to you in with lust, with temptations, like lust, greed, envy, anything like that, he's going to try and get you to become busy. He's going to put more priorities in your life because he wants to get you away from God. Now, yes, I'm very thankful for my priorities, but I understand that I always put God first, okay? And the way I do this is pretty simple. And this works for anything, by the way. If you're trying to build a business or anything, if you start taking actions, taking my advice, you'll be much more effective. You won't have as much procrastination. You know, maybe you want to do homework, but you never get it done in time. I was that same way when I was in high school. But I'll get into it. Basically, I make Jesus my number one priority, obviously, because God above all. I actually met a cool friend today who loves Jesus. We met because of Jesus. But that's a story for a different video. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. So, how do I make time for Jesus? Basically with little things called micro covenants. Alright? It's a fancy word, it's a fancy term, but in all reality, they're non-negotiables. Now, before I started following Jesus closely and getting really close to him, you know, I was lukewarm for a little bit. However, I had micro covenants, aka non-negotiables, okay? And those habits helped me grow my relationship with Jesus. So my non-negotiables when I was on my come up, I still am by the way, but going to the gym and reading 30 minutes and making my bed. Those were the first things I started on my self-improvement journey. And they were non-negotiables. I went to the gym every day. I read every single day. And I made my bed every single day. When you start to build habits over time, it's so easy to accumulate more habits. Now, these habits, they're good. Yes, they're productive. But Jesus wasn't in my habits. So know what I did? I added them to my habits. Now, I started out, I pray 2 to 3 times a day now. I read my Bible 2 to 3 times a day now. But now I make Jesus my number one priority. And how do I do that? I start out and I have a meeting with him every single day. Alright? So, before I get anything, before I do anything, before I take a piss, before I eat breakfast, before I go to work, before I look at my phone, before I do anything, my Bible is on my bed shelf. I know that's a weird term, but you can put it on your bedside table, anything like that. My bed has a shelf. Flexing on you haters. No, I'm joking. But my Bible is on my shelf. So the first thing I do every single day is I wake up, I read my Bible. I read a page or two or three. You know, it doesn't have to be anything big. I'm not reading a whole flipping book. I'm not reading all the Gospels in one morning. I'm reading literally 1 to 2 pages. That's it. And then I'll say a 5-minute prayer in the morning, giving thanks to Him and all that. So, I'm allowing myself not to start the day before thanking God, talking to God, meeting with God, and understanding and learning His Word. Then, I do the same thing at night. Alright? Before I go to bed, before I allow myself to get into bed, I sit down, I sit at my kitchen table, I read my Bible, 2-3 pages once again. I sit in prayer, tell Him about my day, give thanks, tell Him about my plan for tomorrow. And that's it, bro. If you're able to form habits and form these non-negotiables, if you have like non-negotiables for like, I don't know, maybe you have to go to school every day. Maybe you have to go to church, or not church, work every day. If you have to, I don't know what your priorities are, right? But I do know if you have priorities and you stick to them, it's so easy to add God into your life. You have to just put Him first before anyone else and put Him first before bed. That's how I grew up, bro. It's nothing out of the orthodox. I like to call it micro covenants, non-negotiables, but that's my strategy for getting closer to Christ. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope your walk's going well. If you want to learn more about micro covenants or anything like that, or how I improve my life, my Instagram is down below. I love you, boys. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching.